Bitcoin is crashing to 32,000. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications if you are brand new to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about, is Bitcoin crashing to 32,000? We're going to go ahead and do some quick analysis and show you some articles as well as to what we could be expecting moving forward with the market. I do want to go ahead and start off. Literally, the S&P just made new all-time highs last week on Friday in the last 2 freaking years, right? And I haven't heard many people talking about that. So with that being said, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit bullish with Bitcoin, but let's go ahead and look into the freaking charts right now. Looking at Bitcoin at the daily, I definitely have been talking about these last couple of days about a possible short squeeze to the upside around the $44,000 range, or even possibly $57,000, right? We were consolidating around this zone right here at $40,000 for about 44 days, and we did lose that support yesterday, which is not a good sign, right? So right now, what I'm looking at right now is Bitcoin going to go ahead and create a short squeeze? I do want to go ahead and mention, and the reason why the narrative with the short squeeze is that we also see on Glass, I think it's called Node Coin Glass, whatever the case is. I posted this earlier on Discord. Urgent update: Bitcoin witness short liquidations around 43,000. Market intensifies brace for an impact. And I went ahead and posted this. So there is a lot of liquidations that might be happening around $43,000, and that kind of justifies with what I've been talking about with potentially having Bitcoin reach to these levels of $57,000. And the reason why I was very bullish on that narrative was because we were holding this area of support. Now we've actually lost it. Usually we have these kind of liquidity grabs happen before a major move to the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised if we were to go ahead and see Bitcoin shoot back up. If we do shoot up to 57 to 50, let's say 56, $57,000 Bitcoin, we are looking at that 30% correction that I've been talking about that we usually follow before Bitcoin has a major move to the upside, right? If we go all the way back over here, back in 2021, we did see Bitcoin reach these highs, correct with a 30% correction before making a new all-time high. And we repeat the same process where we have about a 20 to 30% correction, right? Bitcoin hasn't really had any major correction until now, which is something we've been waiting for patiently in the market. But going to the fear and greed chart, I'm actually glad to go ahead and see the levels of neutral right now at 50, something that I'm personally very, very bullish on. As well, you know, I mentioned the S&P making new all-time highs of the last week. We are seeing right now the US 100 today actually ended on a red day, right? Which is, I'm actually quite surprised. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting this to happen. Same thing with the DXY. I wasn't expecting the DXY to go ahead and be on a green day today. We're going to go ahead and see how the DXY continues to push to the upside. But I did mention that the DXY is having an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is one of the very bullish patterns right here. So we could go ahead and expect the DXY to go ahead and approach and retest 104 and potentially break past 107. I have mentioned that typically when the DXY goes up, it is bearish for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market overall. We are getting signs of the US 100 finally reaching some sort of top. The DXY going to go ahead and make higher highs, which is very bearish for the market, at least for Bitcoin specifically, right? One thing I also want to go ahead and mention is the fact that we are currently seeing right now, literally, this is what came out. President Trump is already setting the stage for corporate tax cuts. President Trump is already talking about cutting the corporate tax rate to 15%, which would be very bullish for stocks. Business executives last week's World Economic Forum want Trump victory for the market. So that is freaking insane. We are seeing the article right here. You know how we talked about that Trump wants to go ahead and weaken the dollar, and a weaker dollar means a higher stock market. And you're like, John, why the heck are you talking about a stock market? This is about crypto. Well, unfortunately, crypto, Bitcoin, whatever you want to freaking call it, it's very, very correlated to the stock market. I don't know why, for whatever dumb reason. But if a higher stock market comes in, you know, if Trump gets elected, that's what everybody's very, very excited for. Trump's going to ask for a weaker dollar, going to push down the dollar, and that's going to go ahead and boost up easy money coming into the market. That means more money inflating into the stock market. More money into the stock market goes onto risk on projects or risk on stocks or cryptos, which will then then that money pivots into crypto, right? And talking about risk on, if you are looking to go ahead and take advantage of these altcoins right now with the dips that we are seeing around, I do believe we will be coming across some sort of altcoin season. I would recommend everybody to go ahead and check out the platforms down below. BingX and MEXC, both of these platforms are offering up to $25,000 in sign-up bonuses, non-KYC platforms. And we also do have Bybit right here offering $30,000 in sign-up bonuses. And for all those asking me, John, what is a good VPN to go ahead and stay safe online? I would highly recommend NordVPN because we are partnered and they are offering 69% off with 3 months extra. But currently right now, it does look like Bitcoin could be approaching that $32,000 to that $36,000 range. That'd be very, very bullish for me in my opinion. As I have been mentioning to everybody in my community, Bitcoin falling down to these levels is going to collapse pretty quickly, and there's more money to be made on the downside in my opinion, right? There is this other article too that I was really bearish. JP Morgan remains bearish on Bitcoin, issuing a warning of potential sell-off. And this is actually the source right here that we had, and it's from bitcoin.com. We've talked about how, you know, this analyst Nicholas has been talking about how there's going to be a massive, you know, outflow on Bitcoin coming in soon, and that's a potential sell. You know how I feel about, you know, especially JP Morgan coming up with these news. You know, I was really bearish with the ETF news. Nobody believed me. Everybody was quite the opposite. A lot of people were bashing on me, and, you know, that's exactly what happened. So, you know, when we're getting kind of news like that from a major institution like JP Morgan, considering the fact that they always rig the metals market, I don't know how I feel about that, right? Can they be right? Can this be the beginning to the end? 100%. I think regardless of the fact, if Bitcoin wants to go ahead and fall down to these levels, opening up a short around $40,000, 745 would be a range I'd be looking at before I enter a position. I will be waiting for that confirmation, but as I mentioned, we could go ahead and still see the DXY fall back down to the zone, which will definitely go ahead and pump up the market. And if the US 100 continues to push to the upside, I believe we are reaching a top on the stock market, but I don't think this is the top is in yet, right? I definitely do want to go ahead and see the RSI come across, or at least come over to these zones right here before we do go ahead and see a massive sell-off. But right now the DXY still has things to go ahead and take care of, and so does the US 100. And until we go ahead and get a clear signal where this market's going, then I will be pushing towards the more bearish scenario. I've been really bearish these last couple weeks, but right now for Bitcoin, I will be holding off before entering a position due to the fact that I do believe there's a potential possibility that we could go ahead and see a short squeeze to the upside, taking us to these higher levels, right? So we're going to go ahead and see where things go. And looking at the last indicator that I want to go ahead and talk about is the Bitcoin rainbow chart. Looking at the Bitcoin rainbow chart, we are in this accumulation phase right now. We are left with about 99, 98 days still of the Bitcoin halving, right? So definitely be on the lookout for that. Actually 94 days, so 93. So I was completely way off. So it's going to be coming in April for the Bitcoin halving. So definitely do expect a lot of volatility coming into the space. And it says altcoin season is here. So definitely go ahead and start grabbing up some altcoins. They are on sale. Obviously, this is solely my opinion. This is just an index that we're seeing, but it says it's clearly altcoin season, right? So we're going to go ahead and see where things go moving forward. But usually, as we talked about, money flows in from Bitcoin and then moves over to altcoins and then pivots into meme tokens. Look out with that. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know. Are you bullish on Bitcoin? Are you bearish? Is $32,000 coming in, or should we be expecting $57,000 with the short squeeze? Anyways, make sure you smash that like button for me, and I appreciate all of you tuning in. I'll catch all of you on to the next one. Take care.